Wait, are you trying to optimize your life and every second of it? Hmm. I think we are in a small epidemic. Nobody is actually naming it, but I feel it everywhere. I call it the optimization epidemic. I don't think it's that dramatic, but it is slowly draining us and diminishing our energy. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back on Lights of Dipa. My name is Dipa. I'm a transformational coach and energy healer. And today we are talking about optimizing your time and trying to see what's happening behind it. Look around us. Everything is engineered to save us more time. Apps to plan our meals, devices to anticipate our next move, subscription that delivers exactly what we want even before we named it, even before we think of asking it. I get the appeal because time is something none of us seems to have enough for. What I keep on circling around is what exactly are we saving time for? Because in my experience, the hours we freed up rarely becomes hours of rest or hours of letting the unknown come to us. They generally become hours of more, more task, more productivity, more output, more optimizing. I'm going to give you one small example. I know people who order grocery every single time online, the same list, the same brands on repeat, because it's easy and efficient. I do understand the logic, but there is something that is unsettled with me because for me, wandering in those aisle of like groceries, fruits and vegetable has a bit of magic. I mean, you see fruits that you forgot existed, you see vegetables that you forgot existed as well, and then you smell as well the fruits and you can choose what you really want because well, of course our eyes have a big impact in what you want to have. And also going in those wandering hills, it's also a place where you might have advices from the guy who's checking out at the counter. You might have also ideas on new meals to prep because you get ideas in when you see the ingredients. It might be also a time where you meet people that you have not met for a while, but then you meet them there, and then unexpectedly, a dinner plan comes in. Uninvited first, but then welcome. None of that happens when convenience removes the unplanned, the wandering. It is a small thing, but it points out to something much bigger, which is a life where every minute has to justify itself, and where maybe the unplanned doesn't have its place. A life where we want to control every single minute of it, every single second. But in my experience, the best nights out, the best meals, the best ideas come most of the times from the unplanned. And it's not logistic, it's something that is actually internal. I see it in my soul free cold time before. I used to have that instinct to feel every single minute, to structure it, to plan it, to make it count. And even rest was like a task on that list. It was like a planned thing. Instead of being an escape from that list, from that overdoing, rest was also on that list. And when rest has an agenda, it stops being rest at the end of the day. You can optimize whatever you want. You can do it as much as you can. You will never have enough time because that chase never ends. It just goes faster. And I would go further. The fact of chasing that constant hunt for more is probably one thing that is draining your actual time. So maybe the shift here is not about learning to optimize better, but more about learning to de optimize on purpose. To let something take exactly the time it takes. To let something take as long as it would take naturally. To do something with no output, with zero payoff, with no lesson, with no content, with no expectation. To sit in the moment without asking what it is for. This is also one of the beauties of meditation. It's like you are always invited to do it with no expectation and to let whatever comes in and face it. And I'll be honest, it took me years before arriving there. At some point, doing nothing and inviting the unknown was definitely one of the hardest things I would attempt to do. And at some point, there was also a strange feeling of guilt coming in. The second I would try to invite the unplanned and do nothing, maybe. And now that I have experienced a real de optimizing of time, I really see that guilt as a message. I see that guilt worth sitting with it because it's telling you more about the belief underneath it. Underneath that guilt, there is that belief that our time only counts if we are productive, if it's spent on doing something. But spending time well does not mean spending it productively. And these are two different things. And like many people, I used to put both as one. Now, what I say is let the unplanned come, welcome it, and let's do nothing. And when you do nothing, when you let the unplanned come, welcome it. When you do nothing well. I'm not saying burn down your calendar and all the apps you use to optimize your time. And I really love those apps that help me to optimize mine because they genuinely serve us. But what I'm saying is that not everything in your life needs fixing. Not everything in your life needs to be productive. Not everything in your life has to have a plan. Some of the things that we are trying and rushing to eliminate and to save time of, the wandering, the waiting, the in between, all these is actually moments where you feel like yourself instead of being always following a task, a plan, a schedule you are managing. Those moments are exactly what makes life feels like your life instead of only doing what is on the list on the plan. So this Saturday, I want you to leave with one question and to reply to it honestly. What would you let take longer on purpose? Would you welcome openly, with no guilt, with no shame, on purpose? This is maybe an invitation for you to let the meal simmer and take the time it takes. This is an invitation for you to let the healing happen at its own pace, because we all have our own pace and time. And so this is maybe an invitation to let the conversation go longer than what it was supposed to. Maybe this is a moment for you to ask yourself honestly, what is a wasted moment for you? What does it mean to waste time? Because I don't think it's the one you did not optimize yet. I'll let you reflect on those little questions. And if this episode brought you something, a smile, or made you think differently, please do hit the like button, share with the people that need to de optimize their life and their time, and to invite the unknown, the unplanned, the magic of unplanned and doing nothing in their life. Share it with them. Also, let us know in the comments where you guys are tuning in from. And I would like to know, what is one thing that you are deciding to de optimize? What is one thing that you are deciding to let take the time it has to take? And if you're new here, welcome on Lights of Dipa. Hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on so that you don't miss any content from Lights of Dipa, and share the love and light, because the more we share, the more we receive. New episodes are out here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturday. So I'll see you on Monday for our next episode. Till then, take care, and I wish you a wonderful weekend wherever you are in the world and in your life. Take care, guys, and see you soon. Remember to de optimize those. Bye.